Right, guys, we are going to quickly move on to FailMail. We asked you to send in your funniest and worst breakup stories. Ali, do you want to kick the radio off?
Yeah, man. Do you want to start short or long? Thank you very much for everyone sending these in. There was some heartfelt stuff, and also just some hilarious stuff. So thank you very much. Do you want me to start with some longer ones or some shorter ones?
Give us a longer one. Give us something meaty to get into.
Okay, this is an amazing sentence to start with, and this gets quite weird. But this is the sentences, and this is a regular listener, so you know who you are. Thank you very much. Shout out. Um, look at the start of the sentence. So I usually date black men, but once I accidentally started seeing this short white guy.
On accident, just whoop.
Right. Okay. Well, look, and also just on this point, you allowed to have types or whatever. I would say try to avoid fetishizing an entire race of people, but
Yeah,
on you go.
that's creepy.
I met him online, and he said he was 5'6". Also, what's funny about this as well, he doesn't really need to mention the race, but anyway. Met him online, and he said he was 5'6". So to meet a guy at 5'6" is already that's good. Okay, fair. But he really was about 5'4". And she is 5'7", so she's got 3 good inches on him.
Wow.
I took him to the hip hop club I used to go to all the time, and he almost couldn't see over the bar. Anyway,
Right.
he was just one of those clinger honors that you can never shake off. Eventually, one day, after I tried to phase him out, he turned up in a puffer jacket, trying to act like he had swag, and was like, "It's okay, I love you, but I know I'm too short and too pale for you."
Oh, that sounds like the story of your life, Ali.
This is my story. Yeah. But then it gets weird. Eventually, I had to go to the police because he kept sending me things like cards in the post saying he missed me and Foxy, which was a cuddly toy he gave me. The police, get this, the police told me to tell him that I'd met someone else and was happy, so to leave me alone. I couldn't believe they were telling me to contact him on purpose. I'd like to say that worked, but over the years, he's still popped up on any social media I've not blocked him on. Give up, man. Just give up. Get over it.
Let it go.
Bro.
Let it go.
But yeah, weird story. But
Weird.
Also the police being like, yeah, get in touch with him and say you've moved on. But maybe that is just it, because guys, this is a bad trait on guys. Guys have a thing where if a girl's single and says she's not into him, the guy still thinks, look, I'm in, like, let's give it a go, try and do something, just keep working on it, grind them down, whatever. But if a girl goes, I've got a boyfriend, then the guy's like, all right, fair play. Yeah, fair play, mate. Yeah, okay, yeah. And they sort of back off.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? I mean, that's a shame that he's being so creepy and still messaging and stuff. Just let it go. You've got to let it go, people. This is with all of these. Just let it go. Okay, I've got one. A girl broke up with a guy because I saw a piece of dried shit in his ass and I couldn't tell him. What the fuck?
Oh dear, dried shit. You couldn't tell, so you just broke up over that instead.
That was it.
Bloody hell, mate. Well, look, whatever you got, the reasons you got to go for. I love this. Makes me think as well, just how like so many relationships just hinge on very minimal stuff.
It's a very small thing that can tip it over the edge.
He wished me a happy birthday and then ghosted me. Never heard again from him. It's such bizarre style.
Okay, this is another men being crazy. I was told I needed psychiatric help as he couldn't fathom I wasn't interested in him.
Fuck
yeah. It's just like the most
yeah.
Like, well, you're obviously nuts if you don't like me. You're like,
are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding? Are you serious? Look at me. Look what I've achieved. Look at my job. How can you not like me?
How many people like me? There's so many people.
Yeah. You've had a message like that before, Tom.
What?
You've had a message like that before from a girl saying, do you know how many people in London would love to date me?
Yeah.
No names, don't need to mention any names, but genuinely,
I don't want
that's funny.
to do that in case she listens and sees me.
I convinced us both that I was a lesbian and then left to join an activist group. Oh man, that's so good, isn't it? Left to join an activist group is such a good way out of anything. It's just like, yeah, I would come, but I've just got to go join Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah. Just pretty savage. What dumped him by text after 4 years? Had enough.
Fucking hellfire! That is so,
Yeah,
brutal. That is so brutal, man. That's so. Oh, poor bloke to get a text, yeah. And like, there doesn't matter how long that text is. It's not going to be 4 years.
You could be paid. You could be multiple texts you're sending there, and it wouldn't. Do you remember back in the day when you had to pay for text and like you'd just try and get it all in one message?
Yeah, because you'd send it long and it'd be like one of two, and then the second text message would just be like XOXO, and you'd be like, "You fuckers, cost me 25p." She trapped me in her basement room. No idea what her end game was. That's kind of worrying. That is kind of worrying.
This is good. Broke up with my ex on April Fool's Day. Complete coincidence, but he refused to accept it all day.
That's so good. Them just in the flat and her going, so
obviously this is a joke. Yeah, obviously.
Brian, I was being serious, so can you leave? Yeah, good one, Kate. That is, yeah, okay. All right.
Cool story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, funny. And it's like, I'm not finding this funny anymore. Can you just stop it? Boyfriend of 2 years told me we should go back to the original plan of being friends with benefits.
Let's step this down a notch. That's just.
You've got a demotion. Yeah. You've got.
Yeah.
When you're in the company, but just in your current role, we feel you're a little underqualified.
It's not really worked out for you. So that's just. Yeah. Okay. My friend matched with my boyfriend on Tinder. I've seen this happen before. So I knew this guy who was a prick, and he got caught out. He was dating my very good friend from school I'd known for years, and he got caught out on Tinder with his pictures using a different name. And at first, he tried to deny it and say someone had stolen his photos. Not good looking enough for someone to steal his photos. Absolutely not. You're not one of those like Instagram models who gets their account stolen to catfish people. Just not who you would pick. Tried to claim that he had his photos stolen. But then it all came out that he was not in fact the person he said he was.
Good, he got found out. But bruv, there's back in 2015, there's a company that did research on this that said that 40% of people on Tinder were in relationships. Now, obviously, part of that is people who get on Tinder, then get a relationship, don't delete Tinder straight away, whatever. But that is a lot of people who, apart from that, who are just on Tinder just to window shop or cheat, whatever it is, man. So watch out, people.
Wild.
Dumped on Valentine's Day because we said no gifts, so I didn't get her one, but she got me one.
Oh, it's tough.
Shocker. He was really handsome, but he farted so much that I couldn't be around him anymore. That's how much are you farting, brother, to do that? Look at this one.
I cried so hard I threw up on him mid-breakup.
Jesus. Throwing up from crying. That is emotional. But that's a good way to get them away, to be fair. Good way to break up. Broke up with my ex because I found a poem he wrote me, and it was about how bad I was at sex. Who's doing that? Who the fuck in their right mind is writing a poem about their girlfriend and how bad they are in bed? And then just leaving that.
How does that poem even go? What does that even go?
There once was a girlfriend from Nikki. In sex in bedroom, she was particularly picky.
Yeah. Her hand jobs were a bit grippy. It was.
I never came. It was always the same.
Yeah. So I'm putting this relationship down the drain. There we go. That's a beautiful poem for you.
Yep. Have you got any more? I've got plenty. There's some good stuff here, man.
Yeah.
Thank you again. There's some really good. This is one where it's like communication breakdown. I'm not sure quite why they did this, but told his parents first because I wanted to pick him up from the airport. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe he was going to dump them on the way, but then they told him before me. So he gets to the airport.
Wow. Got broken up with by his parents.
Imagine your parents going, Tom, mate, by the way, just so you know, your girlfriend is
bloody hell. Broke up with my ex after how shit he was at articulate. Can't trust someone that stupid.
is person after my own heart. Yes.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Can't trust you. Also, that is, to be fair, that is bad as well. But this is friend of the show and friend of real life, Callum. Um, I finished my speech about us breaking up. She replied with no. Stayed together for another month.
Oh, that's so yeah, good.
Broke up with someone because I broke my toe, and he said it's not like it will affect your day or anything. That is a good. Imagine that. That's just the very last straw. So, oh fuck off, just fuck off. Friend of the show and previous guest of the show, very funny comedian, Alexandra Haddo. Check her out on Instagram, Twitter. Broke up with him on New Year's Day, then had to ask him if I could borrow 50 quid for the train.
Wow.
Then she says, no more info than this. Oh, or when my boyfriend got deported. One way to get rid of
Good. Broke up. Slipped on ice after leaving the restaurant. He had to drive me to the hospital.
Jesus.
Always bad. Like, if you ever break up with someone, then you injure yourself, and then they need to help you, because the last thing you want is help off that person you've just broken up with. Like, oh,
that is, yeah. I mean, also just being trapped in the car with them for that long is absolutely disgraceful.
no.
Going to talk about. He showed up with a massive neck hickey. Had to break up with him 3 times. He didn't know why though. Lol. Also, he nicked my umbrella. Little bitch. That's what they meant.
Little bitch.
This is a sweet one. Bit weird. Dumped my boyfriend aged 6 because he had a tantrum and bit the headmaster. Hashtag.
That is very weird.
This was just after lunch when we'd charge people their 20p biscuit money to watch us kiss. What the fuck's going on there?
Mate, that's OG OnlyFans going on there.
OnlyFans, yeah. Year 2 OnlyFans. Let me have a look at this. Okay. My boyfriend broke up with me after 9 years of relationship. He said someone did some witchcraft on him.
Babe, the thing is, obviously, I do like you, but like, I think I actually got possessed by the devil last night, and that's why I went home with that stripper.
Yeah,
like,
there's bare evil forces like just manipulating you. The voodoo is strong.
Man, honestly.
And then it goes on. After 1 month, I found out that the witchcraft was a blondie. What an asshole.
Yeah. I'm gonna next time. Any listeners out there, just try and pull that. If you ever don't ever cheat, it's an awful thing. Never ever do that. But if you ever do, try and get away with sex.
Witchcraft. Someone did some witchcraft.
Yeah, especially if like your girlfriend was like quite spiritual or something, you'd be like, yeah. So you know how you all like into like spirits and like horoscopes and that, like something like that happened to me, you know.
You know, them things can be good influences, but sometimes like they happen negatively, and it's completely out of your control. It's just the universe and like the spirits and that. Just saying like,
obviously Mars was in retrograde, and that is why I cheated on you.
That's why I got off with your sister. And like, yes, we had sex a couple more times after that, but I think that was because the moon was a certain way that night. Like,
the lateral flows and
yeah. So a couple last ones. Have you got any more, or do you want to?
No.
Okay, a couple last ones. My ex broke up with me because I was diagnosed with cancer. Then lockdown. Then lockdown 1 happened. I had a nervous breakdown by summer. Cancer free now, and got an amazing job as a TV presenter. And my ex is starting to chat with me again. Ha! And then laughing emojis. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, well done you. Final one. When I was in college, a guy I was dating was super weird. Shock. he had a lot of problems, and I felt so bad about breaking up with him. I found out he cheated on me at a house party. I finally had a reason to dump him, and I stood up in the lunchroom and shouted, "Yes!" after I found out. So, I mean, well done for being so happy that you've been cheated on. That's a good way to get out. But that's
good. Well done.
That is a funny one though, of someone being like, "Oh, my boyfriend is such a dickhead. Like, I can do so much better, but I don't know how to break up with him." And then being like, "He cheated on me. Fuck that guy."
Yeah, amazing. I'm free. Freedom. Yeah.
So thank you very much for everyone who sent those in. That was wicked. Some really good stories there. And look, if you've gone through breakups, they're tough. A little saying I have one of my quotes up in my room is rejection provides momentum. Being pushed away from someone gives you some momentum to go do something else. So go live your life, enjoy yourself.
Be positive. Don't. Also, try not to take it with you into the next relationship. Every relationship is different. Obviously, look out for red flags, but just try and go in with a clean slate. Because if you're thinking about all your past relationships and all the things that went wrong, you're destined to fail. There you go. That's my bit of wisdom.